Hey, how you doing? My name is Kurt. I own Inspections Over Coffee, and sometimes we get asked, "What is the franchise fee for?" Okay, having a franchising company does have a lot of expenses. Not only just getting someone going, right? But we have to keep and develop, and once a year redo the federal disclosure document, franchise agreements. There's attorneys, legal fees, trademark filings. We have to file in different states. We might have to register in states. So the franchise fees that people pay go into all of that. But I don't really want to make it about us. I want you to think of it this way. When you do come on board with a franchise company, if that's what you decide to do, there's a website, there's flyers, design work, shirts, logos, colors, web pages. What else? I mean, I'm just literally going off the top of my head here. So if you have to pay 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand, depending on what kind of franchise you're looking at, you should look, how much does it cost to hire a designer? I mean, you could go get a logo made for $5 on Fiverr, but it's probably not going to be great. If you pay a real designer, you might have a brand, like a corporate brand identity package. That's like 5 grand right there. Website might be 5, 10 grand. You won't have any content. You have to create, if you're not going to do it yourself, you got to pay for blog content. You might want to pay somebody to do marketing emails to send out to marketing to whoever your target market is. Oh, another thing, this will relate specifically to what we do, but if you can go to the same software company that we use for our inspection software, but their vanilla template that you get for free it's bad. It's really bad. Like if you're out in the real world using that, you're gonna have complaints left and right. I promise you. I mean, our template took me personally 5 months, not quite day in and day out, but I put a lot of work into it, hundreds of hours redoing the thing top to bottom with my thousands of houses of experience. Sales training costs money. If you want a PowerPoint to go talk to your, in our case, realtors for referral sources, if you want training modules, if you want to go learn how to do mold, lead paint, asbestos, and again, then you got to develop the templates, then you got to send out emails, then you got to have all the scheduling in whatever system you're using. So instead, right, when you work with a franchise company, all of that for us has been built. And so that's you compensating us for us basically giving you like a totally ready to go business model that you could, once you're done with the training, you could step out in the world and start making revenue right away. So that's the way you really got to think about it is do you want to do all that stuff on your own, which either going to cost lots of money or lots of time or probably both. And if you don't have expertise in those, you might actually pay the money and use the time and then have hired the wrong people that do a crummy job anyway. So that, again, we have our purposes for the franchise fee to run the franchising company and all the things that we have to do. I mean, heck, I'll give you some insight, total transparency. We have to do a financial audit once a year. This runs anywhere from $3,000 to $7,000. We have to pay for that out of the revenue of the company. So all of those things on our end are how we run the company. But on your end, you have to think, okay, this is the fee I pay to get a ready-made business model. Then I can just walk out the door and I know what to tell people when I meet them. I know how to do the job when I'm on site, and I know how to do it again and again and again and be super efficient. Again, you'll hear me say this in other trainings. My goal as a franchisor is to take someone with zero experience and basically in 5 to 8 months get them the same level of professionalism and expertise as a 5 to 8 year inspector. And again, if you start with that, imagine where you'll be in 5 to 8 years compared to that other 5 to 8 year person. People on our sales team like to go, well, if you were going to do 500,000 in business, do you really care? Like again, a little bit. That's how you need to think about it. So the last thing I'll say is that if you are paying a franchise fee, it is an investment in yourself. And so you really should trust that the business model that you've seen is something that you can implement and you can take action on. It's not a McDonald's where you just open the doors and then there'll be a line for the drive-through. But in that case, you've got staff and salary and you have a huge overhead right from the beginning and they all have to be trained. And if they do a crummy job, those people might not come back. Whereas our model, there's no building to build, there's no kitchen equipment to buy. It's a very low startup. And so, but you still have that exact same model. Just it's exact like whether you have yourself or 5 inspectors working for you, 2 people on the phones, everybody should doing exactly the same. Again, in a perfect world, if you're paying a franchise fee, you think about it. You go to Starbucks. Every Starbucks you go to, the coffees are all made the same. For the most part, the drive-thru is the same. The experience with the barista is the same. That's what we're doing here. So that's kind of my take on what the franchise fee is for. It's the upfront investment in yourself and your ability to take a business model and be off and running. All right, we'll see you next time.